Hello and welcome to Happy Horror Time. My name is Tim Murdoch.
And my name is Matt Emmert, and today I am going to be ranking the top 10 summer horror films, Tim. Not winter, summer. And you know why today? Because today, June 20th, the day that this video is coming out, is the summer solstice, so is the official beginning of summer.
Thank God I had winter blues.
Because, you know, on June 19th, it didn't feel like summer.
It sure didn't.
But on June 20th, it becomes summer.
Hot.
No. So now just to kind of give listeners, watchers, actually, it's just watchers. We're not listening to this. We're watching it. Just to give the watchers kind of the criteria I was thinking about when I was ranking these. It's basically what constitutes a summer horror film for me. Obviously, it has some sort of like summer vibe to it in terms of its surroundings, where it takes place, the activities the people are a part of, you know. So we're talking summer camp, beach, those types of surroundings. And I'm ranking them on basically how much I enjoy the film and just how much it stands out as a movie that I want to revisit every summer, Tim.
And you know what? I have not heard Matt's list, so this will be the first time my eyes and ears hear it.
We've been talking about this now that we've been doing these rankings for a while. We've been starting to keep them secret from each other so we can get some genuine reactions. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So I want to start with an honorable mention.
Okay.
Not officially in the top 10. And the reason is because this movie, even though it feels like a summer movie, technically takes place during spring break. And it is Piranha 3D from 2010.
Oh, Elizabeth Shue.
Yes. Now, honorable mention because this movie's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. I mean, like, it's spring break, but it feels so summery. They're on the beach, they're partying, there's all the piranhas, and the cast, I know people laugh at this movie, but it's really incredible. It's Elizabeth Shue, Jerry O'Connell, Christopher Lloyd, Adam Scott, even Richard Dreyfuss is in it.
I know,
Yeah.
and he's in a new movie with Scout Taylor Thompson? What's her
Compton,
name?
Scout Taylor
Thank
Compton,
you.
yeah. Well, it's over the top and crazy, but I just love this movie. There's just so much crazy action that goes on. The slaughter scene in the water when like everyone's going crazy and just not caring about anyone else and trampling each other is nuts, and I love it. It's just a fun movie.
Speaking of nuts, you also get Jerry O'Connell's D.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he's in a Speedo and you see tons of D. At least some...
I think a piranha spits it out.
Actually, you're right. He actually does bite off his dick. Oh my God. I thought you were just talking about
That
the
is
speed.
summer to me.
That's, you know what? Nothing says summer like biting off your dick. Okay, let's get to the top 10. In 10th place is the movie Just Before Dawn from 1981. Now, for those who might be unfamiliar with this movie, it's like a backwards slasher. It's kind of like The Hills Have Eyes sort of vibes. There's twin cannibal killers in it, but basically this movie, I feel like it's kind of an underrated summer movie because it has this creepy opening scene at the abandoned church. There's tons of summer camping surroundings like woods, waterfalls, and such. There's these twin cannibal killers that are really creepy and scary, and they have George Kennedy as a park ranger, like a younger George Kennedy. And there's this great final kill where the final girl, Constance, literally sticks her entire fist through one of the killer's mouths and chokes him to death. So there's just a lot of fun in this movie.
I am lucky enough to have seen this movie twice at the New Beverly Cinema here in Los Angeles. And I think Jack Lemmon's in it at his cutest.
Jack Lemmon is in this movie?
Like maybe his son? Is it Don Lemon and Jack Lemmon?
No
it's
idea.
A lemon. It's a lemon.
It's not Jack Lemmon. I'm going to tell you, it can't be Jack Lemmon. But it's just one of those slashers that, yes, it came out after like Friday the 13th and it came out after The Hills Have Vibes, but it took that formula and it did it well. I've just always thought this movie was one of those that like you can put in and I just love watching. So that is number 10.
Wow, that's like old school.
Old school. Number 9 is Cabin Fever from 2002. Now, obviously, this was Eli Roth's first movie. Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World was the main star. You know what? This starts as like a summer cabin type of movie. And then even though it's about flesh-eating bacteria, it really manages to build suspense really well. Like it tells a story of everyone turning on each other and turning into crazy people when they're being, when the flesh-eating bacteria takes over them. But there's so much so many great memorable scenes, like the part when Ryder Strong is hooking up with the girl and puts his hand between her legs and it's all gross.
It's Charlie's Angel's daughter, something Lad.
Jordan Lad, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Serena Vincent shaving her legs.
Yes, so there are some crazy scenes, but what I think is so unique about this movie is that it feels almost like a summer cabin slasher, but the villain is, well, it's the flesh-eating bacteria, but really is the people when they have been taken over by it and when they only want to care for themselves.
They turn on each other.
Yes.
Pancakes.
I also love the ending when the guy thinks he made it just to get gunned down by the police. Like, it is so sad, but also hilarious at the same time. And they also kind of give off the impression that the bacteria is going to be spreading throughout the town. It's just a well done movie. And it was before Eli Roth went like too crazy with gore. So I just really like this movie.
I second that. And I think I saw it like 5 times.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Okay. So number 8 in the top 10 summer horror movies is The Hills Have Eyes, the original from 1977. Now, this was a very early Wes Craven flick. And if you want to talk about summer, this movie is truly summer. I'm telling you, you can just feel the heat when they're stranded in the desert. Like, it just feels so hot. And there really is just nothing like that first major attack scene when they literally set the dad on fire to create a diversion and then gun down the mom and the sister. It's so shocking. They did it in the remake. And by the way, the remake's great too. The 2006
I agree.
remake.
D. Wallace Stone in the original, it is very shocking.
Yes, it was such a shocking scene. D. Wallace is in it. Michael Berryman as one of the backwoods guys. Like, he got his start here and was just perfect as a villain.
And I think the family's from Ohio because the
God,
guy's
yeah.
wearing an Ohio t-shirt.
Susan Lanier, like a big movement. But anyway, and then there's also a great climactic scene where Bobby and Brenda, remember this, they use their dead mother as bait to lure Jupiter out, and then they light their whole RV on fire. I mean, like, for a horror movie, the budget must have been big enough to do all this pyrotechnics, you know?
Yeah.
It just is. The remake's great too. This is such a great summer movie, and just, I feel like there's nothing like the original.
Did you like the sequel, part 2, about the
No.
motorcycle gang?
Did not.
But Kevin Spiritus is in it from Friday 13
I-
Part 7, The New Blood.
I do love Kevin Spiritus. I did not like the movie. Yeah, but the remake, loved it. Okay. Number 7, a little bit of a tonal shift from 10, 9, and 8. Number 7 is The Final Girls from 2015. Now, this movie, it's just such a smart, heartfelt, and fun summer slasher because, like, yes, they have all of the slasher situations and they get pulled into an 80s slasher movie, but it also brought something new to the genre with the, like, going into the movie, not just being meta, like being like a movie, but or a movie within a movie, like, but literally being transported into the movie. And the mother-daughter relationship between Thaisa Farmiga and Malin Ackerman is just so great. I remember tearing up.
I was just about to say, I cried during this movie,
Yes.
and the score is so good, and I saw it 5 times.
Yes, I love this 5 times. It's just, it brought heart to a slasher movie, and it's kind of like a parody, but it also has a great villain, and it just, of course, an iconic summer camp setting. I love when that girl's like, best summer ever. Like,
I think the movie is 10 years old, so happy 10th anniversary.
oh my God, happy 10th anniversary. The only issue I have with this movie, I'm not the biggest fan of Malin Ackerman's dance scene at the end to lure the killer out. It almost seemed, it was supposed to be sad, but it seemed a little ridiculous, but I can let that slide. Like,
Well,
remember,
it was a good song, so I looked past
the
it.
song is great, but she's like dancing like sexually to get the killer to kill her, and you're like, no, we don't want you to die, but she had.
Well,
It's weird.
They're
It was
playing
weird.
on the trope, like,
Yeah.
if you're sexy, you get killed, but
Exactly.
I didn't, you know.
I let it slide. It was just it was a little bit weird for me, but love this movie.
It works
Such a
for
great
me.
one. Yeah, you love it. Okay, number 6 is Sleepaway Camp, the original from 1983. Now, you may have noticed that Tim and I are wearing certain shirts. Now, if you know the Sleepaway Camp series, my shirt, Camp Rolling Hills, is from Sleepaway Camp 2, and Tim?
Mine is Sleepaway Camp 3.
Camp New Horizons. Neither one of us is wearing a shirt from Camp Arawak, which is original. And I am putting the original Sleepaway Camp, I'm ranking it number 6 because there's nothing like the original. First off, total summer vibes. They have a killer at a summer camp. That's perfect for a summer
It's
horror
a
movie.
whodunit.
Yes. It is a great whodunit mystery. There's brutal kills in it, like Judy getting killed by the fucking curling iron, Billy sitting on the toilet with the beehive being released in it. And also, this movie has probably the most foul-mouthed kids I have ever seen.
Yeah,
ever.
and I mean, not giving away the movie, but kind of giving it away. There's also 2 gay dads.
Yes, there's 2 gay dads. There's tons of male nudity, which was rare for a movie at this time. But another thing that just makes this movie so memorable, and without this, it may not have been as high on my list, is the ending reveal. There is nothing like that crazy, insane, never before seen, and probably never will see again type of reveal. And I'm actually not going to spoil it just in case you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, because you have to. The graphics are abominable, but the reveal is so great and so funny and so cool and so weird and just everything all at once. But it's just a great summer movie, and it is a whodunit. And
I think it's a movie about bullying, and the killer is justified.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of craziness to this movie, and those kids,
everyone that dies deserved it.
Everyone that died is an asshole, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, we're getting to the top 5. I know Tim's going to be excited about this one because number 5 is Jaws.
Oh, I love Jaws.
The original from 1975. I'm not even going to comment on the fact that Tim did not rank this his number 1 Jaws movie. We will strike that from the record. Jaws 1, it's the shark movie of all shark movies. I mean, the shark movie for me. Even 50 years later, it's so summery. I mean, it literally takes place in a New England beach town called Amity Island, and from beginning to end, they are either at the beach or in the ocean. So, I mean, there's not much more summery than being at the beach all the time. But
can you see the whole beach?
The whole beach. That's a line from Jaws 2. Anyway,
well, it's even in the trailer.
Oh yeah. So basically, it has total summer vibes. It's a great movie, and for the first half of the movie, you don't even see the shark, so it almost feels like, I mean, yes, you know it's a shark, but because
it's a whodunit.
They have the shark sneaking up on people, and that's what I think is so incredible about this movie, is that it really feels like a suspenseful movie up until they show the shark, and even when they do show the shark, they put the shark in such crazy situations with everyone that it's just done so well. That final sequence, obviously, between Brody and Quint and Matt Hooper is really well done. It does slow the movie down just a little bit when they're telling all those stories and everything, but the more I watch it, the more I can forgive that because of the character development. And the ending, it's explosive, literally, Tim.
Right, he says, smile.
Smile, you son of a bitch.
That's right.
Boom.
Good job, Matt.
Okay.
No, and I agree. I love the fin. I always love seeing the fin.
It's just so great. To me, and I know you love Jaws 2 and Jaws 3, there's nothing like the original, and it is just such a great summer movie.
I will watch Jaws if anyone turns it on. Anytime.
Of course.
Anytime.
Any place.
That's right.
The whole beach.
The whole beach. Lauren Gray. Lorraine.
Gary. Lorraine Gary. Anyway.
I said Lauren.
Lauren
I
Gray.
could not be more wrong.
You couldn't have been more wrong, unless you said a different color, like Lorraine Brown.
Lorraine Brown was so good in Jaws.
Lorraine Gary. Okay. Number 4, it literally has summer in the title. The original I Know What You Did Last Summer from 1997, not the the sequel that's coming out in a few weeks, but I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, this isn't quite like a summer camp movie or anything, because it isn't, but it definitely brings the summer vibes, and especially July 4th vibes to it. There's fireworks, there's parades, there's the pageant and everything.
There's an amazing chase scene.
Yes, to me, I always thought this movie had such a unique premise because up until that time, I had seen revenge horror movies, but I hadn't seen a movie about people who cause an accident and then having it come back to haunt you. Now, obviously, this idea originated in Lois Duncan's novel, but Kevin Williamson really gets the credit for turning it into a full-on slasher film. The Fisherman didn't exist in the novel, so he created the slasher villain and the whole slasher story of that. Now, obviously, this movie has an incredible cast. It's a great villain. It has great kills. The rewatchability factor is huge. We watch it all the time.
Right, and who knew that Sarah Michelle Gellar would have a Diet Coke right before bed?
Yes, she drinks the whole Diet Coke, and then she's like, Time to go to bed after
Right.
that caffeine.
I love to walk into my house, drink a Diet Coke, and then go to bed.
And you know what? The best is when she says, "Hi, Dad," and he doesn't acknowledge her existence.
He's very busy. He doesn't have time for the Croaker Queen.
Well, the whole thing, last thing I was going to say about I Know What You Did Last Summer, it has one of my favorite non-final girls in all of horror, Helen Shivers, Sarah Michelle Gellar. And like you said, one of the best chase scenes in all of horror. Obviously, I love Julie. I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, and you usually always love the final girl.
She's going through it.
But the thing is that this movie, you truly love Helen, and she is just treated like shit by her dad, her sister,
her boyfriend.
Like, so give her a break, and all she gets is the Croaker Queen
and
pageant.
her sister. Bitch.
Yeah, I said her sister. Her
you
dad.
know what? I'm here. I'm listening.
You know what? Does the Croaker Queen
Listen,
having
Lauren
a moment?
Gary is here.
Oh my God. I feel like Tim's drunk and he's not. Okay.
I'm having a summertime cocktail.
Okay. So number 3, top 10 summer horror movies, is the original, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wow. Now, just like The Hills Have Eyes, this one feels so summery. I mean, like,
so hot.
You can see how hot it is on their road trip. It just feels like the dead of summer. And to be honest, this was such a groundbreaking film that it took me a while to really enjoy it. And I know it kind of, you felt the same, because I used to find it tough to watch because it was so disturbing, but I've learned to appreciate it more and more over the years, because it is just so well done and it was so groundbreaking. And I love the 2003 remake, by the way. It just doesn't feel as summery as the original, but like, Leatherface is terrifying. Those initial kills with the sledgehammer and the meat hook, when he puts the girl on the meat hook, totally scary, especially at the time. And there's that incredible chase scene with Leatherface and Sally where they're going in the woods to the gas station to the home, back and forth. It just goes on forever.
Yeah, and they also have the wheelchair aspect, and that guy is
slaughtered.
Yeah, well, right. Everyone calls him so annoying, and so it's like tough to watch because you feel for him.
You do, but and then the incredible ending when she breaks out of the house and they're filming it during the sunrise, and like just the shots of her face traumatized with blood all over it, and Leatherface like spinning with the chainsaw.
He's like,
it's just so great. And again, like it's taken me a while to truly appreciate this movie. I so respect it now, and it's like, it is number 3 on my list of top 10 summer horror movies. It's incredible.
And you can feel the heat from that film.
Yes, exactly. Okay, number 2, this may be the only one that's a little surprising to people. Maybe they wouldn't rank it as high on their list, but you know, this is just how I feel, is The Burning from 1981. I just think this is such an underrated summer camp slasher film. I've just always enjoyed this film so much. And when you talk about summer, or specifically summer camp movies, like the whole story, well, first off, it's about a caretaker, Cropsey, who gets burned at camp and then comes back for revenge. Total Friday the 13th vibes, but it feels different enough to make it work. It has a great cast. I mean, Jason Alexander when he was young, Holly Hunter, Fisher Stevens, Leah Ayres.
You're asking me?
Oh. And it just truly feels like what overnight summer camp used to feel like. In the woods, doing activities, playing sports, just everything with the surroundings. It's so summer campy. And then the standout scene for me above all is that raft massacre scene where Cropsey like jumps out of the canoe and he raises the shears. It's the big poster, and he massacres the kids.
And it takes place during the day, which is so odd. And even the final chase scene with the young guy is during the day, which I thought was an interesting choice. The downside is the Weinsteins who made this. But I have a question for you. Between Sleepaway Camp and The Burning, which kids do you think were more like mean and awful and sleazy?
Sleepaway Camp.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
But there's that one guy in The Burning that treats women so
terrible. But you asked which group of kids, and I'm telling you,
I think that guy takes the cake.
Cumulatively, I think that the mass amount of bullies in Sleepaway Camp are a lot worse. But the thing about this film, The Burning, is that it did not do well in the box office. I got trampled by Friday the 13th Part 2, which had come out just 1 week before it.
So.
Yeah, it got trampled by that. And it's unfortunate because I almost feel like The Burning could have been a franchise in itself. Like Cropsey, to me, and the way they had him look and his weapon, he could have been a horror movie franchise villain. But between not doing well, probably the Weinstein brothers messing things up, it didn't continue past that. But for me, it is just one of my favorite summer horror movies.
And there's an Oscar winner in it.
Yeah, Holly Hunter. Okay, number 1, Tim is going to love this. You had to know this was coming. And I truly feel this way. This is not just to make Tim happy. Is the original Friday the 13th, 1980.
Summer.
Look, Friday the 13th has everything you could want from a summer horror film. It has a cursed
any film.
It has a cursed summer camp with a backstory. It takes place in the woods. It's near a lake. It pretty much started the whole trend of setting horror movies at summer camps. Like before Friday the 13th, yes, there were summertime horror movies, but they're like that set the trend to have horror movies take place at summer camps. It has a great present day opening kill with Annie, who you think is going to be an important character, and then she gets killed. It's a whodunit. And to me, now I know Tim just did his Friday the 13th slasher, but to me, why I love this movie above the others is that I think they really build the suspense well because you don't know who the killer is.
I agree.
And you just see someone creeping up on people. When you know it's Jason, he's scary, but it's not as like, oh my God, some unknown figure is creeping up and committing these murders. And then there's, of course, the great kills from Kevin Williamson's
Kevin Williamson's in this?
Kevin Bacon. There's so many Kevins in horror. Kevin Bacon's arrow through the throat, Marcy's axe in her face. Do Marcy right before she gets the axe in her head.
She doesn't move.
Okay, do
By
it.
the way,
she
just goes, ah! she just takes it.
And then, and this is something Tim and I know Tim's just loving this whole segment.
I love it.
The whole ending reveal with Mrs. Voorhees. Like, I mean, from her showing up and you thinking she may be there to help, to her slowly unveiling her insanity, to Alice and her fighting, to being on the beach and her getting decapitated, and just her motive, seeking revenge for her son drowning, is just so well done. And again, I am a Halloween guy, and Halloween will always trump Friday the 13th for me, but the category for this ranking was top 10 summer horror movies, and Friday the 13th is my favorite summer horror movie.
I love that for you.
I love that for you. That's my, what do you think?
I mean, but think about it. If you really think, there would be no Burning, there'd be no Sleepaway Camp, there wouldn't be all these sequels because Friday the 13th is so good that people tried to replicate that.
Of course. And that's why that's the thing. Like when you think summer, and even though this was summer in general, not just summer camp, but it epitomizes the whole idea of going to camp and someone trying to kill people. And now, like, that's such a trope of horror movies.
Of course. Even just going to camp, you think like
oh, a killer's coming after me. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, that is my ranking of the top 10
Good
summer.
job, Matt.
Thank you. Top 10 summer horror movies just to kick off officially summer. Would love to know what you guys think. So, leave us some comments. Tell us your favorite summer horror movies. What are you doing this summer? Do you know what I did last summer? I know what you did last summer.
I know you did. I still know what you did last summer.
Well, I'll always know what you did last summer. Yeah, that's it. Infinity. Okay. Anyway, thanks everyone. Bye.